Hello everyone. In this video I want to show you how to create a structure, dynamic structure in C++. So what we have to do is to create structure student which has name, surname and number. Next you have to implement and test function which makes following operations. So you have to get the values of structure student from file and then place it in a dynamic table of structures, and then you have to show one object of this structure student on the cout device. Next you have to show all of the objects, all of the elements of this table, and then you have to edit one selected element of this table and then save all of those elements to a file. Okay, so first include IOStream, input, output, file stream using namespace std. We have a structure student, which has a string name, surname, and unsigned because it's positive number of index. Then we have struct group of students, which has a dynamic pointer to S students. So it's a table of S students, list of students. We have a number of students. Okay, so the first structure. So the first thing to do is int main int argc char star argv table, because we have to provide 3 arguments. When we run this program, we have to select. We have to provide 3 arguments. First one, the name. Second one, the in file from which we are reading the data, and then out file. My in file is this first 6 students, and then name, surname, number, and that's gonna be 6 times. Okay, so if the number of provided elements isn't equal to 3, then we have a error, invalid number of parameters provided to the program, and that should be the name in text out txt. Then we create group structure of group students, and then we create object file input and file output. File input, we open the first argument provided, first, which is basically second one, so it's przykład txt. Then we open the second argument, which is out txt. Then we go to first function wczytaj. We provide the structure as group of students and object fin. So let's go there. Wczytaj, it's a read. So this is a reference. GRStat is a reference to that structure, and fin is a reference to ifstream. So first we check if the file is good. Then we read the number of students, which is the first thing we have in that file, 6. Then we create a dynamic table of S students. So we have GRStat that the table name, which is lista stud, which is new S student, of the size just previously read from the file, which is GRStat, the number of persons, and then we iterate that many times, and we read name, surname, and the number of index. I think that's pretty simple and clear. Then we run the Wypisz. No, first edycja. Edition. Edition is we have a cout, because if we provide ostream out, that can be cout or fout. So I provided cout, which is going to be printed on the screen. So I'm asking question, which student data you want to edit, and I am providing the number from 1 to the number of persons, like this, from 1 to 6, and then I'm reading that number, for example 4, and then I ask the question, provide the student name. So we read the student name, then provide the surname and the index. Okay, this is the addition is done. Next we go to the Wypisz. So this is data of which student you want to print, from 1 to the number of students, and the same. For example, we provide the number 4, which is my number, which is the number I have just provided. So this is Dominic Ludwin 45, and then we go to print all students. We iterate over number of people, and out in this term is cout. So we print on the screen and iterate the same way it was in the in file. See, the one that we edited changed. The last thing we have to do is to save it to a file. So we just first the number of people, and then fout. Fout is file out, just like we provided. We provided reference to the structure of students, and then reference to offstream fout, which was argument second provided while running the program. So let's check if it's saved correctly. As you see, it is saved correctly. First the number of people, then the edited fourth item, and everything is printed. Last thing to do is to free the memory, free the dynamic memory. We close the file input, file output, and then we delete the table of list of students from group of students. The list of students, to remind you, was the list of students is a dynamic structure, is a dynamic table of structures and students. Basically, it's a pointer to a structure, which is a dynamic table. So we have to always the memory. We can check it by valgrind check full. The best way to compile is C++ wall pedantic. Actually, we have an error 51. Error expected before out. Oh, there. I don't know why that happened. Maybe I've deleted that by mistake. End line, save it. And then valgrind. Or then cut out. See, Damilud. And All heap blocks were freed, no leaks are possible, total heap usage 8 ALAX, 8 freeze. So this is perfectly done. Okay, bye. Thank you for listening.